Battle of Tewkesbury was fought on the 4th of May 1471. This was the Wars of the Roses, the dynastic struggle between the houses of York and Lancaster. Henry VI, the sickly and feeble Lancastrian king, had recently been nominally restored to the throne in 1470 by Richard Neville, aka Warwick, the Kingmaker, and his Yorkist opposite number, Edward IV, had consequently been sent into exile. In early 1471, Edward returned to England, and war returned with him. The Battle of Barnet was fought on the 14th of April, with the Yorkists victorious and Warwick slain, Kingmaker no more. Then the violence moved west. The Lancastrian army, under Henry VI's wife, Margaret of Anjou, was heading for Wales from southern England, aiming to get reinforcements there. Courtesy of Jasper Tudor, they tried to cross the River Severn at Gloucester, but the townsfolk refused them entry, so they marched north to the crossing at Tewkesbury, and they were in a hurry. They covered the last 24 miles in just 16 hours, arriving on the 3rd of May. Edward and the Yorkists were in hot pursuit. The Lancastrian leader, the Duke of Somerset, knew that he was being hunted down, so, to avoid his troops being caught in a bottleneck crossing the river, he chose to make them stand and fight, despite the fact that they were probably exhausted from the march. Battle was joined the following morning, 4th of May. The Duke of Somerset tried to outflank the Yorkists, but Edward had cleverly hidden 200 cavalry to outfox the outflankers. The Lancastrians were comprehensively defeated that day in Tewkesbury. Some were slain on the field, others drowned in the river. Edward of Westminster, the son of King Henry VI, was killed. The Duke of Somerset and some of the Lancastrian leaders tried to take refuge in Tewkesbury Abbey. They were removed, tried and executed. Margaret of Anjou escaped, but she was captured 3 days later. You can still walk much of the battlefield in the pretty town of Tewkesbury. There is a waymarked trail and much to see in and around the town, including the evocatively named Bloody Meadow and the marvellous abbey itself. The battle is annually reenacted at the Tewkesbury Medieval Festival. According to Wars of the Roses expert Sarah Gristwood, historians can't agree on when and where the Wars of the Roses ended. A few would declare it to have been as late as the Battle of Stokefield in 1487, when Henry VII saw off the last Yorkist to oppose him. The popular vote goes to the Battle of Bosworth in 1485, when Henry Tudor defeated Richard III, but by then the nature of this great familial squabble had already changed. It was perhaps the Battle of Tewkesbury, which took place 14 years earlier, in 1471, that saw the conclusion of the conflict that truly pitted York against Lancaster. Following Tewkesbury, as the battlefield historian Julian Humphreys has noted, Henry VI was quietly put to death, and Edward reigned unchallenged until his death in 1483.